If you had the chance to change yourself, would you? In any way, physically, mentally, your past, present, or even your future. Would you change it? I know that at one point in my life, I would have in a heartbeat, and I still want to sometimes, and I'm sure most of you would too. I'm sure most of you agree with me. I'm sure every person in this room has at least one thing they would change about themselves, whether it's something small or something that would totally alter your life. I know for me, some of the things I would change would completely alter who I am now. I asked students at my high school the same question. I went to my teachers, I told them what I was doing for my TED Talk, and then, with their permission, I told the classes. I then had the students put their heads down. I asked them the same question, and I had the ones who would change something about themselves raise their hand. I then counted up the students and got a percentage. Over 82% of students I surveyed said yes, they would change something. That's a pretty big number. I know everything I would have changed if my past self was given the chance. For example, I would change the fact that both my parents were drug addicts and weren't in my life for a long time. I would change the sexual abuse I went through and completely take it out of my life. I would change a good bit of my childhood. But with that, I would also change myself physically, how I look. I would make myself taller so that I could say I'm over 5 foot. I would make myself skinnier. I would get rid of my scars, especially the ones on my face, and so on and so on. I could list for hours all the things I would have changed about myself. And I'm sure most of you could too. Maybe you're okay with your looks now, but you want to change your childhood and past. Or maybe you're the opposite. You want to change your looks and keep your childhood and past. Or maybe, just maybe, you're like how I was and you want to change absolutely everything possible about yourself. A big thing that I would have changed about myself is my looks physically. That's for sure. I've struggled with an undiagnosed eating disorder for a really long time, and I did this simply because I wanted to be skinnier. So, why do we feel the need to change ourselves so badly that people like me, and maybe you, will go to extreme measures to change them? I believe it is because of society's standards, this perfect little square box they've given us to live up to. This perfect square box that we have to fit into to have a good life, to be pretty, to have a boyfriend or girlfriend, to be perfect. But society's standards are so toxic and unrealistic that even the people they show us as perfect truly aren't. They don't even match society's standards entirely. Those perfect models that you see on billboards and those celebrities with perfect lives that you see on social media, they have issues too. They have the same struggles you and I face. Their job just makes it easier for them to hide them. For example, in 2007, Britney Spears had a mental breakdown which ruined her career and her image and caused her to go into conservatorship and be extremely monitored. Another example, Lizzo. Lizzo is a star, and she's known for being so positive, whether it's body positive or positive in general. But she's opened up about how she has felt self-doubt and insecurity, like I'm sure most of us have, which helps people like you and me see that celebrities are also normal people too. Most of us have social media, right? How many of us follow a celebrity or famous person that pops up on your feed daily while you're scrolling through Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or whatever social media you use? And how many of those celebrities portray a perfect life? Now, how many of you also portray a perfect life on social media? The Facebook effect, right? If you don't know what the Facebook effect is, it's when you post only the most perfect and happy things about yourself on social media to fool those into thinking that you have a perfect life with no issues, just like celebrities do. I don't know if you've ever noticed it, but celebrities will get seriously hated on or their careers ruined for being something or having something normal, like small side roles, gaining weight, or even a mental health issue with like Britney Spears. The point of this speech or talk or whatever you want to call it is to tell you that you are imperfect, yes, but you are also perfect and beautiful at the same time. No matter what someone else says, what your parents or family say, what your grades are, and what society shows you is perfect. If you're one of the people like me who thinks that changing your past will make you a better person than you are now, I disagree. Your past is what has made you who you are. I know for a fact that if I didn't go through all I went through, like watching my parents be addicted to drugs, being sexually abused for a majority of my life, struggling with my mom, moving so much and having my own mental health struggles. If I didn't go through hell and back, surviving most of my life, I would be nowhere near as resilient and intelligent as I am now. If I didn't survive the time that I attempted suicide, and if I didn't get the help I needed to stop self-harming after years of struggling with it alone, I wouldn't be on this stage right now talking to you all. Do I struggle with my mental health and confidence sometimes? Yeah, of course I do. We all do. It's hard not to when you've been through so much. And I'm sure some, maybe even all of you understand that. Some days I look at myself and I truly think that I am the most fat and ugly person on this earth. But other days I see myself and I think I look amazing. So no matter what the scale says or what you see, you should have a reminder that you are perfect and beautiful as you are. There's always someone out there that looks at you and thinks, I wish I could be like them, or I wish I was as pretty as them, or anything remotely similar to that. The things you see about yourself that you hate, no one to barely anyone else sees. For example, I have scars on my face that I'm insecure about, but I've noticed barely anyone can see them. Another example, you could hate your smile, but someone else could completely adore it. You still should always have that reminder that you are perfect and beautiful as you are. You may not be able to change everything about your past or your physical appearance that you want to change, but you can always change your future and make it better than your past. You are perfectly imperfect and loved, adored, and admired by those around you. I hope today when you're listening to me talk that you realize that you don't need to change yourself to fit into society's perfect square box that they have given us. And that you will also never be able to fit into that perfect square box because it is ever changing. And once you fit into it, it'll change again. I also hope that I've made you think of someone that could maybe need to hear this and make you send it to them or show them or make you call them and check on them and see how they're doing. And remember, you're not alone. There's always someone out there going through something similar that you can reach out to. Thank you for listening to me.